So here's a really entertaining short story about a guy who came up with a hilarious way to get even with his female family members who were browbeating him and giving him a hard time trying to get him to pay support for a kid that wasn't even his. You're going to see that his girlfriend clearly cheated on him. Tests were done, child isn't his, and still the female family members are giving him a hard time. And that'd be a good one to go over here, guys, aside from the entertainment value, is how the gals very, very much will stick together for their own selfish reasons. And as I say, always it's best to take advice with relationships, dating, pickup, anything in that whole spectrum from men, experienced men. You don't ask a fish how to catch a fish, you ask a fisherman. And you'll see it right here. Title: Am I the a-hole for asking my friends and family to help me pay child support to my ex? He says, I broke up with my ex when she got pregnant. The reason being, we didn't have SCX for 15 weeks. I work for 6 weeks, then I get 3 weeks off. During the 3 weeks I was home, we didn't have SCX. You were away for 6 weeks. I guess maybe maybe he worked on an oil rig or something. I don't know what, or fisherman. I don't know what. Then he's back for 3 more weeks. He isn't getting any. There's something's up. My grandfather passed away, so I went out to my grandma's house to help her. So there was a period of 15 weeks where any kid she got pregnant with was not mine. I was home for 5 days on one of those 3 weeks where we did not have SCX. Just making sure that everyone understands before they comment. Okay, he's making abundantly clear he wasn't around any in this time frame of the when the child was She didn't tell her friend. She didn't tell her friends and family that information though. Well, conveniently, she left that out. So they all thought I was just an irresponsible a-hole who knocked her up and ran away. On the off chance that she got pregnant before those 15 weeks and she just didn't know, I said that I would agree to get back together and pay child support if in fact it was mine. She said she didn't want me back, just child support. So be it. I understand how evil I would be if I was wrong. So he said, okay, fine. If somehow magically this kid is mine, which clearly it's not, okay, I'll certainly support the child, which he should. If this was his child, if the test showed it was his child, he should support, absolutely. Guess what? He has a paternity test done. It's not his kid. I was not. The baby boy was born after the right amount of pregnancy for it to have happened while I was not the father. A bunch of our friends and family are insisting that I should pay child support because we were together when she got pregnant. Yeah, and I want to point out that these family and friends are all women. She even tried taking me to court. I just paid a lawyer to deal with her. I'm not the father. We weren't living together. I'm not in the birth certificate. That's not my problem. He didn't leave in. He mentioned later on that he had a paternity test done and the child wasn't his. I want to point this out. Where in this sequence of events, I'm not sure, but he has it done. In case anybody wondered. She's going around crying to people that I'm a monster for leaving her like this. That she would never have had the baby. If she'd known, I wouldn't stick around, blah, blah, blah. Uh-huh. Most people are on my side now, but not my mom, my sister, and one of my aunts and several friends. So the evidence is there. It's not his kid. She's a liar. She's a cheater. And still his mom, sister, one of my aunts, and several friends are against him. Well, tell them to go fuck themselves. I'm your son. I'm your brother. I'm your nephew. I'm, blah, 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 blah. If you're going to take her up on this when she clearly cheated on me, lied, all that, is taking advantage of me, then we no longer have any connection. I know it sounds harsh to some of you guys. You can't cut off family, SSM. Yes, you can. They're treating you like that. Yes, you can. I have family I don't deal with. I have no problem with that. I'm not going to apologize for it. So I made a public Facebook post. I said that everyone who thought I should pay child support could sign a contract stating that they would help pay the support and I would match whatever they paid. But it had to be a legal contract and it had to be for 18 years. Nobody signed up. I posted screenshots of messages that I had gotten from all of them saying that I needed to step up. So there, he gave him the opportunity. Okay, fine. You can help pay for this child. I'll match whatever you do. Kind of like one of those charity things. Not one person did that. Fine. Put your money where your mouth is, people. And there you go. He says, I got blocked a lot. My sister, who's friends with my ex, said I was an a-hole for expecting other people to pay child support for a kid that wasn't theirs. I took a screenshot of that message and it's the header of my profile on Facebook. Hold on, your sister says that you can't expect other people to pay for a child that isn't theirs, but they're all telling you that you're supposed to pay for a child that isn't yours? Okay. Now, why is that? Notice it's all the women that are giving a hard time here. Why? A, they stuck together. And B, guarantee all of them have had some, let's just say, indiscretions in their past. Probably a few skeletons in their closet. Hell, some may have a whole fucking cemetery in their closet. And just go stick to that girl code, even though, let's be honest, as Al Bundy said, don't try to understand women. Women understand women. They hate each other. They're sticking together in this one. It's crazy. I'd have nothing to do with these people. My sister blocked me. Oh, darn. What a shame. My mom finally understands I'm not willing to throw away money, and she's just sad because my ex is her friend's daughter. There you go. This is also why you don't date friends, friends of friends or friends of family, anything like that, because it can have a ripple effect. And anything goes wrong, it's just not worth it. This whole thing made me come off as an ass, but I don't think I'm the a-hole for pointing out their hypocrisy. So there you go. I think that's hilarious. And yeah, they are a bunch of hypocrites. And just this, again, what I said, take advice in this whole spectrum of things from men. Experienced men, not from a bunch of women. Because a lot of times they're going to do what they would want you to do if that situation was impacting them. End of story. Now a few comments before I wrap this up. One guy says here, ha ha. I'm a petty, ridiculous, self-proclaimed a-hole, and I love everything about how the OP executed this. He says, let's see. His wife cheated on him. Well, I think it's his girlfriend. She knew she cheated and tried turning his family and friends against him. He tried explaining to them, and they did not listen. Then the paternity test results come in, and it's shown that she cheated like he always suspected and he had made plain. At this point, I would expect his family and friends who had been wrong to rally behind him because, well, I would have rallied around someone I had wrongly accused of something like that when it had been proven wrong. Instead, they doubled down, ignored his hurt and her cheating, and wanted him to pay for her cheat spawn. Correct? So he puts them on full blast and asks them to put their money where their mouths are, finding how they want him to accept a financial burden that they won't even consider taking a small part of. And the cheek of one of them to say it's rude of him to expect people to pay for his child that is not theirs. Well, the kid is also not his. They want to point the finger at him, but ignore the three pointing back at them. I love my private life being private, but I would have done everything the OP did. They deserve to be on blast on social media. Yeah, fuck them. I wouldn't have anything to do with them anymore. He says mom changed lanes a little bit, but she's just sad because it's her friend's daughter. Yeah, mom. Next time, take my fucking side. I'm your kid. And one more. This guy says, as a proud member of the Petty Squad, if this was me, I would sponsor a child in Africa or a cat or a dog in a pet rescue center, or even a polar bear or a snow leopard through WWF. Then I would take that certificate of sponsorship, the scrap of paper they send you to make you feel good about yourself, in the hopes you keep donating, and post it all over social media. Then I'd write something along the lines of, if I'm going to spend the next 18 years paying support for someone else's child that I didn't father, I'd rather support a worthy cause as such. I signed up to sponsor, insert your charity here, not the a-hole. That is funny as hell. Anyway, very clever of him to do that, and I love him. Not one of them offered to donate a fucking penny. But they all still want to give him a hard time knowing full well that this isn't his kid and what she did to him. Shocker. There's a lesson to you guys.